Meeting is now in session. Please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which is one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty.
Welcome all. First item is public comment. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I will move on to the minutes. Did everyone have a chance to read the minutes? There's no additions or corrections. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
Will you? I'll second. It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Approved 3-0. Okay. Commissioner comments and committee reports. Casey, you want to go with this?
Sure. So last Thursday, I met with the Atchison County Extension Board members to out in Effingham to look at our noxious. And I attended a luncheon on Friday for Stephen Johnson that's running for Kansas State Treasurer. Also this morning when we got into our workshop, we heard that the city of Atchison had hired a new city manager. So I just want to extend my congratulations out to Mrs. Finch and hope that her move to Atchison County is seamless. We look forward to working with her.
Jack, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
Okay, I just wanted to point out that the Atchison Child Care Association has a soup and chili feed carry-out food sales on February 10th. So you might want to look up, there's different times and things. I don't know if that's posted on our website. We ought to post that. I saw a flyer earlier. And then the only thing I had a meeting of Northeast Kansas Area Agency on Aging Thursday morning. We're just a regular meeting there. So that's all I have to report. Okay, next is the EMS yearly commission report, which has been sent to the commissioners. Is there any comments? Are there comments on that?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment. I think their numbers are outstanding. And it was really refreshing to receive a letter from Paul Wiesner, the fire chief in Atchison, thanking EMS and emergency management for all the assistance they did during the recent, I guess there's like 4 fires at one time. And they were really proud of their achievement and their professionalism. And we should recognize, I sent the letter on to Corey and Wes, but hopefully they'll hear this and they'll really be pleased by the appreciation of the city of Atchison.
Well, Jack, you read my mind because I had it here right here to read.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go right off of that. And Commissioners Bauer, Knoll, and Quinn, I'm sorry, I'm just now getting around to sending this, but we're still catching our breath, as I'm sure your crews are also. I'm writing to you to express my appreciation and gratitude for the assistance from your EMS crews and emergency management during our string of fires late last week. Your crews battled the extreme weather conditions, lack of sleep, hunger, and exhaustion to ensure everyone remains safe. Your personnel are talented professionals, and we are lucky to have such a qualified team in our small community. They assisted in ways that went above and beyond, and we can't express our gratitude enough. Those of us in emergency services view ourselves as one team with the same mission, and that is to protect our community and each other. We could not perform our duties without your help and support and the teamwork that we all work so hard to maintain. Please thank your staff for their hard work, compassion, and diligence And thank you for your continued cooperation and support that allow us to offer the best possible emergency services to the citizens of this community. Sincerely, Patrick Weiser, Fire Chief. So, I had thank him very much for that. It's very nice to have feedback and positive feedback like that. So I concur with Jack. It's a very welcome email. Okay, so we'll file the report. Get too many papers here. Okay, next is new business before the board. We got Benedictine College upcoming bond issue. So who do we have here?
This is Ron Olinger. I'm Chief Financial Officer at Benedictine College.
Okay, welcome.
We also have Scott Chris from UMB Bank and Christy Schultz, our controller. So.
Okay, well, I'm kind of in the dark. I don't know what this proposal is or what's going on. So we need probably some public information of just what's being asked today.
Okay, so the college is actually, we're needing to finish off the bond issue for what will be St. Gabriel's Hall. If you remember correctly, in 2021, we borrowed $7.2 million on 15-year tax-exempt bonds to begin the process of building St. Gabriel Hall. We do need some additional funding for that facility to complete it. And, I think we were running up against the county's limit of $10 million. And so we wanted to only borrow 7.2 at that time. So we're asking to do an additional 3.1 million bond issue to fund the St. I guess it'd be 2.6 million to finish funding St. Gabriel Hall. And then we're actually looking at building some additional housing on campus on 2nd Street, row houses. And so we're looking to borrow an additional $3.9 million to do that project. So all in all, we're asking for a bond issue of $6,515,000. Scott, do you have anything to add? Scott, we can't hear you. Yeah. But I would take any questions that the commissioners have.
How many?
I guess I would put I would ask the county councilor if we have enough bonding authority. They're asking for 6.5 million. We know we're going to do 2 million. That doesn't leave us very much at the end of the day. So how much is that $10 million limit? Patrick, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, yeah, the answer is in the question. The limit on what you can do with the tax preferred status is $10 million per year. If the county's plan is to do 2 million of that, and they would have 6.5 million for Benedictine College, that's 8.5 million. And there would be $1.5 million available if there was any other projects that you wanted to do. I was mistaken last year because the project that involved the school was not a tax preferred issue, and so it did not count against the county's limit. If I'm not mistaken, and I would defer to bond counsel, the bonding that you've considered doing for the bridges is likely not counting against that limit as well. So, no, I'm wrong. It doesn't count against your bonded indebtedness limit. It does count. You do still have the IRS $10 million limit. Those were two different things. I'm sorry I messed that up. Does that answer the question?
I think so.
And that, that $10 million is on annual limit. So since they did 7.2 last year and then the 6.55 this year,
It resets
every,
January
Annually.
1st.
Okay.
It's in the per calendar year.
okay. So do
It's
we
an
want to,
IRS rule. It's not in the Kansas statutes. It's in the tax code.
so do we want to ensure we know our figures in-house before?
Yeah, I kind of like to. Is there any information you have that you could send to us about estimates or anything like that? And we can kind of review and kind of see where we're
We
at.
just don't want to overpromise over our limit.
Yes, are you asking Benedictine if we can share with you our estimates?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
I mean, I feel more comfortable once I've read proposals with scope and things like that. It's just kind of gives some background about what we're approving. So, is this time sensitive, or when are you needing an answer on this?
We have a board meeting at the end of February, and the anticipation that rates might be going up. We're targeting trying to get these bond issues approved at that February meeting and then tentatively set for a March closing date.
Okay, so next week or the 22nd would be fine with you? Is there a date either commissioner would rather see?
It doesn't matter to me. I'll have the information by next week that we need.
So let me make sure that they want to borrow $6.5 million. And we want to borrow 2 million right now. That leaves us $1.5 million. Do we feel like that $1.5 million won't be enough for us to conduct business for the balance of the year? If,
I think we were just saying we'd like to review the documents because we didn't have any information on this and we didn't have a firm answer with our staff as far as a dollar figure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, review not only their documents, but where we're at. And I kind of wrap our head around where, if this is a go or not. So. Do you have a specific question then, Jack, on that? I'm not reading.
no, I just seem like it's pretty academic. We got $1.5 million left. Are we going to tell them to move forward, or we want to review their bond documents? I'm not qualified myself to review bond documents, so I don't know what we're asking for.
I just don't think we're set in stone or seen anything on the 2 million yet. I mean, the 286, we had the discussion, but what that payment looks like 2 versus 3 in conversations before, I just want to make sure we have accurate data so we don't look silly after the fact. And having the information in front of us would be helpful. And I'm sorry, I apologize if you guys sent that. We didn't. We don't have that, so.
We haven't sent over our bond documents yet. We're just in the initial stages of drafting them. We just wanted to get in front of you today to talk about the project and give you a heads up before we started flooding you with documents. So
Perfect.
we had intended to send those your way as soon as they get drafted. I think Scott is trying to talk and he's muted. Is that something you guys control?
He's not muted, Christy. I don't know why we can't hear him unless it's his phone. Is his phone connected too? So let me ask that to unmute.
It says phone's unmuted, so, or muted.
I'm asking it to unmute and it's not. It's not letting, I'm asking to unmute, it's not.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we're probably all right to get that and look at it next week. So
Absolutely.
put it on the morning session too, maybe have a little discussion just to get it right with us, and then barring that, I don't see any problem with it.
I agree.
Can I ask Ron a question? Ron, is the board of directors of Benedict College aware that the county provides this financing for your growth?
You know, I think they are to a certain extent. I mean, I'm sure they don't spend a lot of time thinking about it because they're more, concerned about the fact that we're actually, issuing debt that we're responsible for. And so that they're not, but we do talk about the fact that it's issued through Atchison County. So,
Yeah, I would think that everybody should be aware of that, because sometimes I'm not sure that some of the board members are aware of that situation from some of the comments some of them have made. So,
right. Yeah. It's kind of getting down in the weeds when we start to explain bank qualified and those kind of things to board members. But we do get into a lot of detail on our finance committee, which is a smaller subset of the board. So.
yeah, just make them aware, Ron. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we will. And so I wasn't sure, I'm not sure you'd like us to send some basic information about what we're going to do with the bonds. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, anything that kind of the scope of the project and maybe even timeline, things like that. I mean, is always interesting and to see what assets, that's actually going to be put into the community.
Okay, and that's fine. We can do that. We've actually got a one-page document, I think, that we can send them, don't we, Christy? And along with that, we can also send you our timetable for, when we're going to ask for approval. I think that we're asking for February 22nd to be the next commission, that county commission meeting to hold the hearing and approve those bonds. So we're kind of on a shorter time frame just because we're hoping to get this done before interest rates go up, and it looks like they might. So, right, Scott? There we are. Oh, now you're.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Scott, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, I appreciate your time. Sorry about the audio problems. But yes, to address the bank qualified issue, it is a $10 million limit that resets every calendar year. And you might recall that the bond issue we did last year, we stopped at 7.2 million, I believe, primarily because there was another potential issue that would have been issued by the county and would have needed that capacity. And so we kind of bifurcated this financing into 2 calendar years to accommodate that. This will be the remaining financing for the dormitory that was primarily financed last year. We have a little bit left this year, and then some other miscellaneous housing needs of the college. But we're happy to provide more detail on that for you. The resolution you'll see on the 22nd will have a not to exceed amount of 7 million. We really anticipate about 6.5 million is where we're going to come in at on this. But happy to answer any questions on the process or documents that you might have.
I have nothing further at this time. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is Michelle Phillips, K.S.A purchase order approval.
So I'm not, basically, this is just the invoice to K-Camp, which is the Kansas County Association multi-line pool. It's for our annual contribution, which includes like current equipment, property and vehicle schedules, with like their breakdown on the extra pages. But this amount is $207,969. And it would come out of county general. So
Any questions on this expenditure?
I move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and approved to pay the $207,969 and 2022 annual contribution to K.S.A. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Okay, next will be Joe Snyder, Road and Bridge, noxious weed management plan.
So I talked to you guys a little bit about this morning. It's just the 2022 management plan. It includes just the goals and priorities of the program for the coming year. 5-year plan describes areas where we know noxious weeds to be found in the county. Plans to control chemical controls, cost of the project.
Are there any further questions on the 2022 management plan?
No, I found it interesting that we outline exactly the weeds we're going to be going after. I know constituents in my district, the bindweed was the priority for them, and it's listed at the top. So I think they'll be happy to hear and see that as well.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
So, second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Passes 3-0. Do you have anything further? No. Okay. We had several things that came in that were not on the agenda. The first is PO for IT for Mercari coverage 1, which is our routers expense. Is that correct?
Yeah, so Meraki Enterprise is license and support for our IT for 1 year.
In the amount of $2,880.36. And do I hear a motion to approve this PO?
So moved.
I'll
Second.
Well, it's been moved twice.
I'll
seconded twice. So we got this one covered. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes 3-0. Next, we don't have a letter yet, but we had through correspondence request for a letter of support for the KDOT cost share, the Unity Street project in the city of Atchison. And we've utilized the city signing support letters for us. And I think it's just, it sounds like a fantastic project. And I would like to, is there a motion to go forward with providing a letter of support for this project?
So moved.
Is there a
I'm gonna
second?
second it so we can discuss it. But we're sending them a letter of support for the city of Atchison.
Yes, much like they sent us a letter of support when we're.
Yeah. But we don't have the letter. We don't have the letter currently, right?
Correct.
Pat Mitchell.
We just want to go forward with it, draft it, and we can sign it next week, or do we want to?
No, I just want to vote on the letter when we see the letter. So
Yes, we can read that aloud next meeting. That's all right.
Sounds good.
so we're just approving that we're going to do a letter to be
Yes.
approved. Okay.
Yes. All in favor, say aye.
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 Then Rainbow Communications Support Letter. I have that one drafted here. We met with them this morning. And this is the Rainbow Communications Broadband Acceleration Grant. Dear friends, Atchison County is supportive of the application of Rainbow Communications for funding under the Broadband Acceleration Grant through the Kansas Department of Commerce. The project outlined in their application would enable 30 fiber drop locations to be installed in rural Atchison County and connect to a fiber transport route. Grant funding is critical to this construction project. Rainbow Communication has shared plans for future developments, including plans for a county-wide fiber deployment. Providing service to non-served and underserved residents within the county is a laudable goal. Rainbow Communications plans will also include application under the Broadband Equity, Access, and Deployment BEAD grant program. In this changing world, communications over the internet is vital. Rural Kansas, including Atchison County, cannot be left behind. Increased broadband services are necessary to maintain economic opportunities for Atchison County residents. We hope you will look favorable on the application of Rainbow Communications. And it would be signed by me, the chairman. Do I hear a motion to allow me to sign this?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Then we had held off a couple weeks ago. Michelle came with us with requests to, even though it's been budgeted, to approve the allocations for the departments and routine business. And we had held off on the appropriation to the Crisis Stabilization Center under Keith Richard had come and talked with us. And that amount is for $29,574, which is to provide a crisis center, which is being constructed in the old Cushing Hospital in Leavenworth. And I think everyone's, at least to me, has had their questions answered. And is there a motion to go ahead and approve this allocation to go out with the rest of the allocations approved?
So moved.
Second.
And moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Then we have discussion.
What's
We
that?
have discussion. Okay. We might note that other counties such as Brown and Donovan, I'm not sure about all of them, have also participated in this particular situation.
Yes, there was a press release. Shall I go ahead and read the press release we're going to send out on this?
That's not necessarily the press release. I just made a note. We need to do it.
Oh, okay, all right. Some information that K.S.A had handed me earlier was there is Atchison County is 29,574. Jefferson County is putting in 34,000. Brown County 17,710. Donovan County 14,139. And the state of Kansas has put in 800,000 to this project. So this is a regional mental health stabilization place for if someone needs immediate attention. And being that we are members and contributors, these individuals can be taken there for care. And so it's been our consensus that we want to continue and go ahead and start the process now. It's not currently up and running. It is going to be soon, and just wanted to check and make sure that everything was being done according to promises made. So anything else to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Aye. We're gonna vote.
Old and unfinished business before the board.
Oh, we didn't vote, did we, Eric?
Yes, we had already voted on that, didn't we?
We moved and seconded in the discussion. We never voted.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay, well, let's, is all in favor, say aye. All opposed? I'm sorry if I jumped the gun on that. Passes 3-0. County councilor updates.
I don't have anything to add today.
Okay, is there any need for an executive session today? Public comment. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Been moved and seconded to adjourn at 1:30. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.